It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away.
Welcome to Misanthropy.
Hey, motherfuckers!
Motherfucking bitch, fuck, bitch.
You piece of shit!
You piece of shit. This is fucking Misanthropy.fm, motherfucker. You fucking piece of shit
We
swine.
don't give a fuck about anybody!
I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about life. I might as well fucking die. Everyone sucks. Everything is fucked. You're a faggot. I'm a faggot. Everything is bullshit.
It sucks and fucks, it fucking sucks.
It sucks a fuck and it fucks the suck. You can suck my fuck, bitch.
This is Misanthropy FM.
I guess. I already have a Moblin mask.
Yeah. I thought
I
you
got one
remembered
earlier.
that.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
You didn't have the other guy, the Bokoblin, but you had the Moblin. And the Lizalphos, of course.
All right.
Why are we talking about hating people today?
I don't know. I didn't really collect my thoughts on it, but
nice.
Like, Connor and May were talking about.
Yes, we were listening to Digi and May,
yeah,
and they were talking about how they don't have friends where they're living right now.
Oh yeah, because it was about Jackie or not Jackie, Michelle and May's podcast
yes.
or something. And then they're talking about not having friends and misanthropy.
Because
I mean,
yes.
we've gone on and on about not having friends and how it's worthless. I guess the first point I wanted to make is like Connor and May's mentality that I think is kind of destructive right now for them. At least, you know, it seems so with their moving to Boston seems to have kind of fallen through, and it seems like what. Who would have thought it wasn't as nice as you thought it was going to be, even though literally everyone in the world gave them a dissenting opinion that is exactly what they're saying now, you know, which is, hey, it's going to be really cold. You're not going to have that much fun. Boston isn't a great place. Like, I don't know why you're so fucking hard on for Boston. Like, no one gives a fuck about Boston, but they were so determined. And I think they just kind of seem to approach life with this grass is greener on the other side mentality that, like, they're gonna go somewhere else and do this other thing and things are gonna be better when, like,
yeah.
I think no matter where you go, it's gonna be the same.
Everything is
like,
close to the same no matter where you are.
Like, nothing's gonna dramatically change if you move to Boston or you move here, you move there, like...
Yeah.
You're still the same people, so like
right.
You're gonna interact with the world in the same way. You're not gonna move somewhere.
It's not gonna change the way you interact with your
environment,
your world, and your environment.
You're not gonna move somewhere and suddenly have more stuff to do and have more friends. It's like, if you can't manage that where you are, what are you gonna do differently wherever you go? You know, not to shit on those guys, but it's just like, what are you expecting to change?
Yeah.
Like, what did you expect before? And why, like, let's break down why it's not happening there. And, like, what are you going to actually do any differently to, like, I just don't get it. Like, how do they expect anything to be different somewhere else, you know?
And, I mean, additionally, as an adult, you know, most of us don't really make friends that easily.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have people you work with, you go to work, and there's people at work that maybe you, like, go out with sometimes, but they're not necessarily your friends. So it's not surprising.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, as an adult, the place where you make friends is the workplace.
Exactly.
Or you have friends that you made in college. And,
that
like,
are just still around.
Yeah. And it feels like there's, you know, I feel like a douchebag being like, I told you so, but like those are, you know, that's what you can expect from life when you drop out of college and you're not putting yourself in places where you would meet people. Then it's like, well, yeah, you don't have any friends because you're not out there. Like, where are you gonna make friends? You know, even if you moved, what are you gonna do to start making friends? Are you gonna go to anime club or something? Like, are you gonna go to somewhere where people are where you can make friends?
I mean,
or
if you're...
what are you gonna do differently anywhere else, you know?
If you're inherently the kind of person that doesn't enjoy other people,
Yeah.
you're not going to start enjoying other people just because you moved.
Yeah.
They're still
And
going to
it's
be the
that-
same kinds of people.
That mentality of like, oh, we don't have friends, like, they're starting to get bored, and so they're getting a sense of longing for when they had friends, you know?
Right.
Even though when they had friends, they couldn't wait to get away from them. Like, that's what the mentality seemed like. It was like, man, fuck having friends. We have each other now. Like, we don't need that.
Right.
And now it's like, well, now we're kind of bored, and we wish we had friends again. And it's like, well, yeah, but I don't know that it's gonna change anything when you get friends again, or when you get friends, and all of a sudden it's gonna be too much of a commitment, and then it's gonna be like, oh, it turns
That's
out
the
having
problem.
friends sucks, and it's like, yeah,
Having
it's-
friends means you have to now set aside chunks of your
Yeah,
time
it's a
every
lot of work.
week, every other week, whatever the case may be, depending on how needy your friend is,
yeah,
that you have to spend time with this person. And if you're not emotionally up for that, if you don't have the energy for it, then you're just gonna disappoint that person and yourself.
yeah. Making friends is hard.
Having friends is hard.
Having friends is really hard.
Keeping friends is almost harder than making friends.
Yeah. So I'm not
honestly,
good at it. But then, like, but I don't... Yeah, I haven't felt the sentiment yet of, like, oh, man, I really miss having friends. Like, sometimes a little bit, maybe. But then it's like... But I know if I got friends, I wouldn't end up wanting them, you know?
I don't
Where,
want
like, I'm fine with the social interactions I have now. I have sort of work friends, and I'm fine with that, you know?
Yeah.
But then it's like... If I went, like, oh, man, I'm kind of lonely, I want to get friends... and like reached out to my old friends again, then it's gonna quickly get to that point where like I don't want them anymore, you know? Like I remember why I didn't like this before, and then I'm gonna not want to have friends anymore, and I'm gonna end up blowing them up. It's gonna be the same cycle. Like there are cycles, and it just seemed like they weren't recognizing the fact that this is gonna be a cycle that goes again, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're feeling like you want friends now, but then you're gonna get friends, and you're gonna get annoyed with friends, and then it's gonna be, like, everything's gonna go in a repetition, it seems. I don't know. Maybe I don't have a right to say that, because I don't know, Conrad and May, what they've been doing, you know? I don't know what May was like pre-Conrad, or what they're like on their own, you know? But it just seems to be like, it seems like you're gonna go down the same kind of path you already went down and come to the... Because Conrad is so cyclical, where it's like everything he talks about is like, well, yeah, no shit, you talked about this before from like the opposite way. And then you're gonna realize the same shit that you realize every time, like what he does with his career all the time. Like, he seemed to go down this hole of, like, oh, I'm gonna sell out again, and then he decides not to sell out again. He came to the same conclusion that he did before, and it was like, there's always this weird cycle. I'm not explaining it well. But, like, you listen to Conrad talk in all of these different podcasts, and, like, you just see that progression of, like, he'll realize a thing, and he'll talk about it, and talk about it, and talk about it, and then he'll end up realizing the opposite of that thing, and then go that way, you know?
Friends go their own
There's
way.
not a lot of sticking to one mentality.
Yeah. I mean...
I guess that's just nature, you know? And we're adults, so we're gonna repeat the same mistakes over and over again, because, like, if you haven't figured it out by now, you know, you're not gonna just, like, magically figure it out.
And, I mean, again, I feel like it all comes down to how much effort you're going to be willing to put into that relationship once you have it. Because maintaining it is half the work.
Yeah.
Like,
Maintaining
yeah, finding
friendships
someone is hard, but maintaining is just as hard.
Yeah.
It's just as much work as having a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
It's
I guess
just
it's
the
hard.
same.
It's hard to, as like a true fucking introvert who really doesn't want to hang out with people. It's hard to understand what it might have been like for someone who might have used to had friends that they really valued and enjoyed those relationships. Whereas for me, it's hard to remember the parts that I really enjoyed, and like it was mostly misery and like trying to, like, using friends as escapism from dealing with actual life more than like enjoying hanging out with people on a daily basis, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's where we're... I don't know. We're the same but different, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think you got more
'Cause,
value out of hanging out with people than I did. But
Yeah.
I don't think my friends liked me very much, and that's the problem.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
as I'll say,
That
I
could be
can't-
my projection on past bullshit. But
As
then
I
I was
say,
always like,
yeah.
whenever I was hanging out with people, I was also distant and somewhere else, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was too, just, like, fucked all the time.
Too fucked.
Hard to
all the
explain.
time.
But it's like, I know part of it was my interaction with people was not good because, like, I was always fucking a depressed piece of shit, you know?
I mean,
If
it's
you catch
definitely
my drift.
hard with depression. That adds another layer
Yeah.
of. It's another hoop to jump through, basically.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't
And then I
know.
leave a pause. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
I mean, as
Just
someone,
ended up on a ramble about friendship.
I mean, you know, obviously, growing up, I had long-term friends, and now I would say, you know, I still have some long-term friends. I just
Yeah.
don't see them nearly as often as when I was in high school, and I
Yeah.
had, you know, all that, the free time, and more of a need for like that kind of friendship.
I guess it's really like you can miss friendship, but like in adulthood, it's never gonna be the same as when it was in high school. You know?
Yeah.
Like having friends is never
Well,
gonna
just because
be
your circumstances are
the
so much
same.
different.
Yeah, and it's never gonna. You're never gonna get that catharsis of like best friendship when you were 13. You know, like
Yeah.
I just can't imagine it's ever
Well,
gonna get to that
everybody
point
has
again.
stuff going on now.
Yeah.
You know, they have significant others and they have jobs. And
Shit
it's
to
just,
do.
You know, that's the the most old person thing I've ever said, and I'm really sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
By the way, something that May said, where she was talking about what she wears and t-shirts and things like that. And she
Uh-huh.
said, yeah, maybe if I was older and like 26, I
That
would
was
get
so
some
weird-
plain
weird.
cardigans and some khakis. And I'm just like,
What?
yeah, I'm 26, so I guess I'll just die.
You're an old person, yes.
I'm old. Time for me to buy some khakis. Guess I'll kill myself.
Such a weird throwaway of like, when
I'll
I'm
be
26,
27
maybe I'll
in
dress
6
like this. Like,
months.
you're
Guess
like
I'll
24.
die.
Like, you're not even that far off.
I'm old, Victor.
Yes.
I'm just an old fuck.
You are an old fuck.
There's
I'm
nothing left for
basically
me in this
ancient, you know?
world.
Our brains have finished developing. We're basically useless now.
Yeah, we're defunct.
Yeah.
Damn. That's some shit.
Anyways, yeah. It's the grass is greener mentality. Where, like, I tend to approach things from a perspective of, like, everything is going to be the same no matter your circumstances. You know, it's not just going to, like,
Whoa.
magically change.
Because
having
90% of
more-
what makes a circumstance
Yeah.
is you.
But I do think, like, I mean, there is that aspect of life where it's like you need to look forward to things, and so you create these things to look forward to, even if they might not change anything. But like, I think you got to be careful about like what you're expecting out of
Right.
situations, because like I feel like
It's
you're gonna
those,
end up getting disappointed.
It's Atomic
like,
Galaxy rose-colored glasses.
yeah, rose-colored glasses, where it's like, don't set yourself up for disappointment from having an unrealistic expectation of like
Right.
how things are gonna change in different given situations.
You gotta look at yourself and know how you act,
Yeah.
and then put yourself in a different situation and say, but yeah, realistically, what would I do?
Exactly.
Not talk to anybody. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like I try to keep realistic expectations of things.
I would be a fucking socially awkward nightmare, just like
Yeah.
I am everywhere else.
Because we do a bit of grass is greener when it comes to like, oh yeah, we're gonna, you know, eventually we'll have more money and we can do more things and stuff
But
like
I think
that.
that's
but yeah,
realistic.
it's not super unrealistic.
Because eventually we will have more money.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing that is realistically within reach.
And like, there's the ideas of us going to New York or LA, but I'm very fucking practical about the way that I think it's gonna suck for a while. You know, like we're gonna move, and it's not like it's gonna be like magic and rainbows when we move
Right.
away. You know,
Because
like it's probably gonna suck.
We
at
can
first.
account for the fact that, like, for me, I'm gonna be away from my support system that I have here,
Yeah.
which is gonna be hard, even though, you know, my mom can be insane. But having a support system helps. There's just no denying
Yeah.
that. And like being away from all the friends that I have here,
Yeah.
and that's hard too.
And like for me, it's like I'd be doing it for work, but that work's not like it's gonna be slow at first because I'm not gonna know anyone. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I won't have a work system in place, so it's like
It's gonna have to build up.
yeah, it'll be hard. It's not just gonna be like, oh, I've moved to LA, now I can work a whole bunch. It's gonna be like, oh god, I don't know anyone here, and I can't do anything, and I might be broke for a minute, you know.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, I don't even know that moving is an eventuality. Like, I still have no idea. Because things could still work out fine here, you know?
It all just depends.
I don't know.
Because,
if we're happy here, why go anywhere else?
If you can travel, and if we have, if we're very financially stable and we can travel, like, together,
which could practically happen in the next year, you know? It could change, and then we could be satisfied. But then I always fear that complacency.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, I think no matter what, we're going to be here for a couple more years anyways.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
That's just the way things are.
Okay, so I need to get a ball somewhere. Like, doing the dungeon. Anywho. Y'all get the point. I think it's dangerous to just, like, have expectations about things.
Your motto in life is to have no expectations.
Exactly.
So...
Don't have any expectations.
But I mean, thus far, I feel like...
Because Conrad is always the kind of person who, like...
been a good motto.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But Conrad's always done it, where it's like, oh, I'm going to move my guys into the house, and we're gonna be productive, we're going to do this and that, and then it doesn't happen. And it's like, every time, like, Conrad can get these ideas in his head, and then, like, build these expectations, and then they don't pay off, and it just starts to be like, well... I want you to just recognize that there is a pattern of that, you know? Like, there is a pattern of that. You gotta be self-aware about it and lower your expectations a little bit.
Subvert disappointment through a lack of expectations.
I don't know how it is for May, you know, going into this situation where, like, I worry that she was too optimistic with Conrad's big dream ideas and isn't used to those falling through, you know? Or, like, I'm used to those not turning out the way that they are proposed. Not to be too negative about life, like, it's a dark prospect, but...
Well, I mean, things,
you know.
As we've talked about before, things never go the way
it's that constant,
you plan them to.
Like, Conrad will talk about the way that I've doubted him in the past and stuff, and he's very confident that everything ends up working out. But it's like, you want the best for the people you love, and you know you can't tell them what to do.
Right.
But you just hope that they don't get their expectations, like, out of line. and make good decisions. I think they're on the right path with moving out of where they are right now, and perhaps going to where my parents are might be pretty constructive. Because, like, they can definitely be a positive influence. I'd really like Conrad to stop smoking so much weed as he goes on about again. I'm like, I don't know how there weren't life lessons learned here. Maybe there were. I don't know. I don't talk to Conrad enough to be able to, like, weigh in on anything he's saying. But, you know, I get the impressions from what he says in certain situations that just make me go, I hope you're not making the same mistakes again, you know? I hope you're going the right way with what you're doing. Because I'm in a position of not being able to say anything or influence at all. Not that I could before.
Say, did you ever have influence?
Yeah.
Like,
it was just like, oh man, I just want to, I want things to go well. And I'm sure you'll be fine.
I mean, I'm sure it'll all work out.
It's just always that position from being an outsider where it's like, yeah, well...
It's just that you...
Could have told you so there. Oh, you're disappointed in Boston? Big surprise.
It's just a matter of not wanting to see people you care about struggle. That's all. I mean, it's good intentions, you know? It's... Yeah.
Good intentions, but what can you do? You just hope people do the right thing. Not that anyone knows what that is, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. It's a very nebulous concept.
Yeah. Ugh.
Got him.
Just when you recognize cycles in someone, you see them going back into that cyclical direction. Like, there is, you know, smoking weed, it built up to a certain place. And then when it's like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore, and you're like, okay, good, you're moving in another direction. And then it's like, well, now I'm smoking weed again. And it's like, well, where's that gonna go? Is it gonna bring you right back to where you were? Are you gonna end up spending too much money on weed and smoking weed every day, and then you go down that same path, and then you end up fucking regretting it? I don't know, but my speculation. Anyway, I can get off that topic. Back to the greater point of misanthropy, because he was saying that, like, you know, me and him both grew up with very, like, our parents,
Yes.
well, really our mom, and the music we enjoyed was
People
very
hating.
anti-people.
Anti-people.
Which I certainly agree with. Definitely think, you know, that gives you a certain mentality about the world from the time you're a kid that is not necessarily true at all.
Yeah.
And I think media does a lot to kind of blow that out of proportions and make it seem like everyone is a bad guy and everyone is evil. And I think it's it's the people who tend to like people and have better social skills will get a little further in life a little faster, because, like, most people's lives outside of being a YouTuber are kind of dependent on interacting with other people, and if you tend to like people immediately when you meet them, you might have an easier time making connections and stuff like that.
A greased cog versus a rusty one. You
Yeah.
know? You're gonna pluck out the rusty cog, but the greased one just makes everything flow.
Like the
more
guy who
smoothly.
goes into college and actively enjoys human interaction and like makes friends with his classmates and stuff, like might have an
I
easier
did.
time after college, like getting to know people and having connections, because they, like, you know, one person led to the next and now they have a network of people. Whereas someone who is averse to making friends will go through that experience gaining absolutely nothing because they never interacted with anyone, you know, because they expect the worst from everyone. That's me.
I was like, well,
It's a bit of me.
not that there's anything wrong with
I'm getting
expecting
by,
the
but
worst.
yeah. But it's like it can help to make friends in certain situations. Like if you're going into somewhere like college, where it's like the advantage you can gain from that is social interaction, then the person who is pretty pro-human is probably going to get a little bit further, like get more out of it than the person who is anti-human interaction, you know?
Yeah.
When you're going into a place where the whole point is human interaction. Getting back into my pro-Munchie going to college ways, where it's like, yeah, he is someone who really likes people and makes friends easily and is a social guy, so he will probably have a good time going to college,
Right.
which is about social interaction and meeting people, you know?
That's the perfect kind of environment for
Like,
someone like
he
that.
could actually excel there. Someone who is a recluse and a shut-in is not going to really excel in that environment.
Exactly.
I think most people are way more friendly and pro people than they give themselves credit for, because you always get like the nerdy types who seem very like, oh, I'm an introvert, I'm antisocial, but then they go to like Smash Club and like stuff like that.
And you're
Like that's
no,
what
you,
most people are like in college.
You participate.
Like people like
In a lot
Trevor
more
and
human
Brandon
interaction.
Tolentino always seemed like they were kind of antisocial people, because they associated with like me and Conrad, who are really like non-friendly antisocial people, but then like they would hang out with people and do clubs and like interact with
They were always
people, you know?
socializing with someone.
Yeah, they're always on their phone, always trying to set up something to do, and it's just like that's where we're not the same at all, you know. I thought they were like me and hated people, but they clearly are very invested in people and aren't really that negative at all, and that's something I may have projected onto them, you know.
Yeah.
I went through most of life assuming that everyone was as jaded as I am. But that is not the case at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Did I get all the terminals? I think I got all
got
the
one
terminals. One more?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is it?
It's over there on the left wing.
You sure?
Yeah, see the red dot?
Oh, yeah. They're on the map. That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot they're on the map.
Whoa,
Oh, yeah, because I need to
maps.
get that ball into that hole.
Motherfucking maps.
And I
How
haven't
do they
found the
work?
ball, so I need to find that ball.
Yeah.
Which is probably up here. Somewhere.
Maybe.
I'm assuming.
Uh,
Woo! Woo! I'm assuming I'm
I
gonna
don't
need
think
to,
it's
like,
over here.
travel all the way across the fucking world. Alright. This is a goofy dungeon.
Yeah. It's a little,
Anywho.
little tricky.
Victor is very negative.
Aw.
I expect the worst from everybody.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, just, you know.
I mean, it is and it isn't, you know? It's a great way to stay safe. If safety is your priority.
It all just depends.
Yeah. It's a great way to not get hurt by anything in life, but that's not exactly what builds a good character.
That's true.
Exactly. It's like it's great if you want to avoid any life experience and have no stories to tell. Which I'm pretty good at.
I don't know. You have Mayor Ben.
Oh god. Yeah, because that was like one of the one times where I was like, let me take a chance on a person, which anytime I do that, it always ends in some fucking weird ass story that turned out super negative and a huge source of stress. Anytime I let my misanthropy go, like, I'm gonna be positive about the world. Oh, fuck you, buddy. Let's have some weird ass shit happen.
The ball could be in that gated room.
Well, I think I gotta drop the ball through to get
Oh
into
yeah,
the
no,
gated
you're
room.
right. I'm sorry, I lied.
See, I gotta drop it through there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bomb. I just put a bomb in there. I'm a fucking idiot. I have bombs.
Ah, yes.
It's
Welcome
the
back to
fucking
Digibros.
bombs.
The premium content you come here for.
Look at that. What do you fucking know? You throw a bomb in there. And another bomb.
Yeah.
Click yeah, make it go down the path.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
What do you fucking know?
He goes.
What do you know?
Oh, there you go. Now you
And
can
then
steer.
you do this. Yeah.
Steer the guy.
Then you make the ball fall out of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, it's like poetry.
It rhymes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of misanthropy and not having any friends, whoa.
I guess your mom's kind of a misanthrope, right?
Well,
Or is she like a fake misanthrope?
Yeah, she's like your mom
Yeah.
because she
She hates
loves
people, but
having
then
friends.
she's super social.
She
yeah.
wants friends. She wants to socialize. She
Yeah.
definitely suffers when she does not have friends.
Mhm.
But she's always like, "Oh, people suck. I hate people.
Yeah.
I'm not nice." I'm like, "Yeah, mom, whatever. Okay."
It's the same with our mom. We're like, you were asking about that, and I'm like, yeah, because she's super social. She just puts up with people she thinks are idiots because she wants friends, you know? Like, all of her friends are fucking... Oh, man. Frustrating. Dumb. I wanted to tone down how harsh I was going to say that just in case. On the off chance that my mom happens to watch this one episode for some reason. Because it'll go on Twitter and sometimes it'll click her stuff. And I love my mom. I love you, Mom. But her friends can be fucking dumb as fuck. And she'll always be frustrated, always ranting about how much they suck and some stupid shit they're saying or doing. Or, like, how they are betraying her or something.
Betraying her.
But then, like, she needs friends and relies on that, you know?
Yeah. That's
which that is the part
balance.
that I don't have, which is the need for friends. And I get that from my dad, I guess. Even though my dad is super pro people, but doesn't need friends and doesn't have a desire for friends. Which is interesting.
Your dad is very, very sociable.
Yeah.
But he, you
super
say he doesn't
charismatic,
have any
super
friends.
sociable, doesn't care about having friends because he just wants to go home and fucking veg out. We got to the boss!
Hey!
We did it!
There he
I don't know
is.
how long this episode's been.
It's about 25 minutes.
Yeah, so we'll do the boss and it's over. I feel like I've just been an asshole this episode.
Aww.
As always. Guys, there's no good way to put this. But I just kind of feel like I'm above. I mean, like I'm better than most people. That's a reference to that Twitch streamer guy. If
Are you
anyone didn't
Ninja
know,
from
you know,
Fortnite?
I don't think I'm. I tend to be a person who thinks of myself as below other people.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
worse
the
than other
problem,
people.
Is we have the opposite issue.
Yes, I think everyone sucks, but I also think that I am the worst, and that everyone is better than me.
Yes. This is the problem.
Oh no.
You gotta avenge that boy.
Did he get turned into that guy? Nah, I think he's just
no.
running around. I just need to avenge him for some reason.
His spirit. His Kokoro.
Oh yeah, it's the dead guy that's talking to me.
Yeah, the
okay.
dead guy is talking to you. There you go. But yeah, that's another just fun problem.
Yeah.
Always thinking you're worse than other people.
Yeah,
That's a fun one to
that's
live
both
with.
of us.
Yeah.
We both have that compare ourselves to everyone mentality.
That.
Struggling with that right now because I'm putting out a music video, which means that I both think it's great and also think it's total dog shit, and also wonder what everyone will think, and also think that it's not as good as everyone else, but also I think that it's better than everything everyone else has done. You know, it's just constant back and forth of simultaneously thinking I am the best and also the worst. Or I am the best, but I am so much worse than anyone who actually, like, can do anything good that it doesn't matter. It's like, it might be the best video I've seen locally, but, like, what the fuck does that amount to, you know? Is it as good as, like, an actual professional, well-paid video? I don't know. It's up for other people to tell me, which they will never do. Or for them to say that I am good, but for me to not trust their opinion because they have said something positive about me. But then not want to hear anything negative at the same time. Just a great clusterfuck of a mentality to have, huh?
Oh yeah, it makes life really easy.
Yeah. It's like, I'm the worst, but I don't want anyone to tell me that I'm the worst, because then I'll feel bad. I want people to tell me I'm great, but when they tell me I'm great, I'm not going to believe them. Just this, you know, the constant turbulence, the mental struggle of being a piece of shit.
And I mean, I know you probably... I don't think you grew up with the... Did we talk about how being told that you're great as a kid actually fucks with you?
Maybe.
Did we? I can't remember anymore.
In what context do you mean?
Oh, just in the context of, like, school or sports or whatever, and being told, oh, wow, you're so good at this, and you don't even have to try.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Okay,
Or we talked about that together. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I know me and you talked about it. I'm asking if we talked about it on Digipro.
Well, I guess we could keep talking about it.
Because the other day I was having a conversation... Whoa, it was at Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was at Thanksgiving.
Well,
have we done anything since Thanksgiving? Yeah? Yes? Yes.
Yeah, I think we did. We talked about this on
Okay,
Dick
yeah. All right. Time eludes me, as always.
Yeah, because we're talking about your mom and stuff.
Yes.
And
how,
just that
being told that you don't have to put any effort into being good completely
being discredited,
discredits all your hard
for
work.
what you did.
Yes.
Yeah. I used to discredit myself for that because I just felt like I wasn't trying. Like, I assumed everyone else was trying more than I did. So when I did something good, I was just like, oh, I guess I just do this without any effort. But then not realizing that I was trying harder than other people, you know?
I apologize if my thoughts are just kind of all over the place and not making any sense. I've just been in a weird mental headspace.
No, I love you.
Me too.
And that's all we need. It's winter, you know? It gets everyone in that depressive, like, weird mood. You know, you've got school stuff going on that's very, all over the place. Stress-wise, you know, life stress-wise.
It's just, you know.
The uncertainty of the future.
Just, work and
Yeah. I'm at an uncertain point now, because, like, what I've been doing with this company, you know, I've got to direct this big video, which could either I do really great and it leads to me possibly getting really consistent work through all of next year, and, like, life will be great and I can just kind of not be stressed out for a long time, or I won't do that great and, like, there's no certainty at all that I will get more work next year, and there's that feeling of, like, am I gonna like, if I don't have that, then I'm kind of where I have been, you know? Like, am I going back to where I started? Like, I don't know how I've been getting all this work. Like, there's nothing offered to me for January or February yet. How do I know that anything's going to come along? How do I know that I've made any progress at all, you know? I don't know that at all. Who knows if this company just doesn't have anything they want to do in January and February, and I just don't do anything, you know? Do I need to save money for that? I have no idea. Have I made any progress with my business? Have I gotten any better, really, in the grand scheme of things? I don't know. What has actually changed?
Indeed, what has actually changed?
It's the cosmic horror of being an adult.
By H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes. I'm going to write that book. It's going to be called The Cosmic Horror of Being an Adult.
Constantly doubting yourself for the rest of your life.
Yes. Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
Well executed.
Well executed. Way to get hit.
I'm not sure if there's, like, a more interesting way to fight this guy than just shooting him in the face over and over again. That's kind of what I've been doing.
I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. I was like, this is the whole fight, huh? And then he just gets little bomb boys, and then
Like, you can probably, like, hit his gun to make him stop shooting, or, like, deflect shit back at him. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I've just been shooting him in the eye, and it's been working,
I mean, that's
so...
been doing pretty good, so...
You know, I try to engage with the game in the most interesting way possible, as
That
you all
is
know.
the Victor theory.
Oh, fucking shit. Oh, Jesus
Oh!
Christ. What the fuck is this? I don't remember that shit.
Whoa.
That was kind of cool.
Well, I mean, he is, like, almost dead, so...
Yeah, it's
He's
like...
pulling out all the stops, know what I'm saying?
Bada bing!
There he goes. Bye-bye.
Bada boom.
See ya, nerd.
This is the negative episode in the wintertime. It'll come out just in time for Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
You want some depression with your Christmas?
You guys want to think about how you don't actually know anything and are bad at everything?
How nothing is certain in the world.
Yay.
How life has been comfortable for like a couple weeks, and so you fear that you're becoming complacent and not worried enough about what's gonna happen. Jesus. Wow. Hope's got exams and stuff coming up.
No.
You got your physics board.
Oh yeah, I mean I got my physics
Yeah.
board, but my final exams are done.
Scratching Hope's back. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. This is stupid.
You hungry?
Yeah.
You want to eat?
It's early for dinner.
Yeah, but we could eat a snack.
Yeah, we should have a snack. I'm hungry.
You mad at yourself being hungry? Oh,
No.
you was some full bagels.
I'm not mad at myself. I'm just, it's early to be hungry.
Yeah, it is early. That's okay.
But I mean, you know, what the stomach wants, the
I
stomach
got a heart
wants.
container.
You did it!
Ooh. Let's set this boy off. Let's blow it all to hell.
Blow it out your ass.
Do. Activate. Ah.
I mean, we've been watching Yokai Watch. That's been good.
Yeah.
Rewatching
Well,
Yokai
passively
Watch.
falling asleep to Yokai Watch, but it's so good.
Yeah, but, you know, that's a positive.
We can talk about that a little bit on the next episode.
Yokai Watch
I
is
just wanna finish
a
this episode.
positive thing.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good. You're like, yeah, Yokai Watch.
Hmm.
There he is. Look at that pretentious fuck.
Stop taking away our ad revenue. Go.
God damn it, Rivali.
Get away from us. We want to
That was
keep
our
money.
dollar.
We want $1.
That was mine.
That's my dollar. I do need to see how much revenue we've made in the last year. It'll be pretty funny.
$4.20.
You guys can understand just how worthless this show is.
Well, I mean, it's our own fault.
Yeah.
We don't ever post regularly.
And we just do it for fun. And now I'm making more money,
And
so
we
I
have
would
no
feel
pro-
guilty
yeah,
taking
I
any
mean,
money for this.
Victor has this amazing complex about earning money on YouTube.
Yeah.
How he doesn't want to do it at all, ever.
Because I feel like you shouldn't be getting paid to do it unless you're doing it as a job, you know? And if you're
So
not
that's
doing
not
it
how
as
the
a
market
job,
works?
like, I don't know. It's just a hobby. You don't have to get paid for your hobbies, you know? Some people pay to have hobbies.
Yeah, but
You know, you
like
buy
some
the
people
game.
make trivial cash for their hobbies, you know?
True. It's people who
Sometimes that's the idea.
People exploiting their fans like Nate.
Damn. Call out. This is a fucking call out.
I just think it's kind of funny because it's like his Patreon exists so that, you know, if it got to a certain point, he'd be able to quit his job and not have to do that anymore and go full-time YouTube. But in like the multiple years it's taking him to get his Patreon to that point, he's just collecting extra checks on top of what he's already making and not doing anything differently, you know?
True.
Like, he'd be doing it either way. He's not quitting his job to go full-time, but people are still supporting him even though he doesn't need support. And he's just making a ton of money. And not quitting. And not... But then also not progressing his... Like, not taking his channel seriously to the point of progressing it to the point where he'd get enough patrons to not have to do that anymore. So it's really you're just collecting checks from a few people and not putting out enough content and not quitting your job and doing YouTube full time.
I don't know.
And kind
like
of
I said,
like I feel weird about that a little
like
bit.
I said,
you know?
I feel like if that's what people want to spend their money
Who
on,
am I
then
supposed to
like
talk
that's
to?
their prerogative.
Yeah,
You have
I mean,
that
it's
right
fine.
as a
Not
a
to call him out or
citizen
anything, you know.
of the, you know, the free world.
I just was thinking about it the other day.
But yes, Victor has an immense guilt complex about that.
Yeah.
So, because he, you know, is a Jew and does that. That's his thing. Oh, some treasure. You got him. There he goes.
All right, this is for this episode of Duty Bros.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Oh, and Victor has to pee, so there you go.
And then we'll talk about Pokemon more, because that's what I got. That's my topic. That was 40 minutes. That was nice. Holy
That
shit.
was a long one.